Okay, so here's another video and an update on our prop firm trading challenge for this year, which is our initial goal was to achieve at least $1 million in funding this year of 2024. So as you all know, if you're following me for some time, ako ay isang equities trader, US stock trader, at nag-restructure ako in the past 2 months para mag-join sa mga challenges na ito. Kasi meron tayo ongoing challenge ng equities from 5,000 to 1 million, and I decided na gamitin na lang yon to fund these challenges para mas madali tayo makapag-scale into $1 million in funding. So I need to restructure, and marami pa tayong inaaral, pero isa sa mga bagay na ibabahagi ko rin sa inyo ngayon was the entry models, especially pag gusto nyo rin mag-take ng challenge, gusto nyo bumuo ng inyong mga trading systems, pati yung mga entry models na yan. Ayan yung mahalaga, isa sa mga core foundations ng any trading system. So this week, yung challenge natin, ito yung phase 1 challenge sa isa nating broker, tayo ay nangangailangan pa rito ng $8,000 gain. 8K pa. And then sa isa naman nating broker, kailangan natin din ng 8,000 din. This is phase 2 challenge. So mababa na lang yung target natin dito, pero 8,000 pa. Pareha silang 8K. So para maipasa natin, and eventually, pang maipasa natin to, meron tayong 400,000 in funding, and hopefully ma-scale natin to and take another challenge sa iba namang mga prop firm. So anyway, gusto ko i-discuss sa inyo was the entries, yung mga naging lesson natin this week. So, previous trade natin nga, ito yung short dito sa pinakatuktok na nakakuha rin tayo ng another trend continuation trade. Short. We covered dito sa 16.5 area, pero yung market nagdire-diretso pa hanggang 16.1, 16.2. After the short trade, meron tayong mga tinik na long trades. So, yung mga long trades natin, for me, this is sharp entries. So you can see, meron tayong first short, second short trade, third short trade, and kahapon, hindi ko alam ba't wala yung arrow, ito yung gain na yan. Meron pa tayong long trade ulit dito for bounce. Pero kung magbabaka tayo simply ng linya, ayan. As you can see, nasakyan natin halos lahat ng mga swing points. Kumbaga sa ating trend, yan, lahat ng bottoms. Now, hindi ko na-execute na maayos kasi hindi mo na ako napagbenta eh. Pero, etong move na to, there's already 100 points. Ito, 50 points. Ito, nasa halos 200 to 400. Halos more than 150 points siguro. And ito, halos near 300 points. Yung mga areas na kinuha natin. Pero, ito kasi, hindi ibig sabihin na pumasok ako rito na yung stop ko is just right around this level. Maluwag yung stop ko niyan. Pero ba't ako na-stop out dito? Kasi nag-move na ako ng stop to mitigate my risk, to lessen the loss. So, hindi ako nag-take ng profit dito kasi hindi pa yun yung target ko. Same thing, around this level. Ang target ko was around this area pero hindi siya umabot. Now, ito naman, umabot siya sa TP ko. Ang problem was, minove ko yung TP ko right around this level kasi I'm expecting more na return. Na parang gagalaw siya katulad nito ng 300 points. Ito na expectation ko. Na this strong move ng bounce is mangyayari sa time na to. Which is hindi rin nangyari. So, 3 times na loss. At nakabawi ako sa isang trade. That's why halos this week, 1:1 lang yung bounce play ko na ito. Sa challenge account na ito. Pero gusto ko i-discuss nga sa inyo ano yung concepts and entry models na una, syempre, kailangan maintindihan nyo ano yung concept, entry models, ano yung mga basic samples niyan. And discuss ko sa inyo later kung ano naman yung aking current ginagawang concept, method, entry models. So, tayo ngayon sa ating ginawa kong maliit na notes. So, trading concepts and entry models. So, ano ba yung concept? So, a concept is defined as an abstract idea. No, this is an idea. It is understood to be a fundamental building block underlying principles, thoughts, and beliefs. So, paniniwala, beliefs, principle, and idea. So, pwede natin ito gamitin na ano ba yung perspective mo rin? Ano yung pananaw mo? Ano yung idea mo about the market? So, ako, paano ba ako na-introduce sa market? Ano yung paniniwala? Ano yung naitatak sa akin nung ako yung nagsisimula? This market, yan, is a market. Pamilihan. So, ito yung market. Sa market, meron tayong participants. Meron tayong dalawang side palagi. We have the buyers and then we have the sellers. So, yung seller, meron siyang force. Ang kanyang force ay siya yung nagbibigay ng supply. Selling force. Supply. Sa buyer naman, meron siyang buying force. Siya yung nagbibigay ng demand. So, most of the time, nagkakaroon niya ng tilt. No? Yung equilibrium natin nagtitilt towards the other side. Meaning, may mga times na yung supply nag-overwhelm kaysa sa demand. Pag mas marami yung supply compared sa demand, ano nangyayari sa price? The price will move lower. Overwhelming yung seller, the price will go down. If maraming demand, konti yung supply, na-overwhelm yung demand yung supply, the price has a tendency to move higher. No, ayun lang. Ayun, may equilibrium tayo. Diyan ako na brought up. That is the concept na aking pinaniniwalaan dito sa market. Basic law of supply and demand. Kumbaga sa economics, yung isa sa pinaka-basic foundation. Meron tayong supply and demand. So out of that, kasi ayun yung idea. That is the concept. Okay, may supply and demand. Now what? Paano ko yon magiging advantage dito sa market? Napaka-basic na principle nun eh. No? Kailangan natin entry model. Kung may concept ka na, kailangan mo na entry model. So, ang entry model, you can buy on support and short on resistance. So, gawa tayo ng simple drawing. Diba? Yung price natin tends to go up, tends to go down, tends to go up, tends to go down, up and down. So, may naiiwan siya ng mga bakas. Yung mga previous areas kung saan siya nag-create ng high, ito na yung tawag nating resistance. So, resistances and sa baba naman, yung naiiwan niyang bakas ng lows. The lowest point is the support. Ito, merong resistance. Meron tayo ditong support. So, resistance, support. This is basic. Ang basic principle ng price action natin. We have resistance. So, sa mga resistance na yan, tatandaan natin na dahil dito ay seller, so ito ay supply zone. You can call it supply zone. And dito sa support is the demand zone. Okay? Ayun yung pwede natin gamitin yung term. Maraming mga term na nag-exist over the YouTube, internet. Pero ito, normal is resistance and support. Pinaka-basic, pinaka-madaling tandaan. Now, kung may entry model tayo ng buy on support and short on resistance, paano magiging approach? Let's say the price move lower. Yan, bumalik sa support. Dahil support to demand zone, na ang belief mo is, okay, possible na marami naghihintay na buyers dito, the price might go higher or bounce at this point of time. So, ang entry model mo, kailangan mo maghanap ng reaction sa demand zone or sa support area na ito. Paano yon in actual, hanap tayo sa ano. Yan itong plotting. Let's say, hanap tayo ng ano, ng consolidation phase. Ito. So, the market moves higher, consolidate, and move higher. So, sa consolidation phase, doon natin may apply yung concept ng buy on support and short on resistance. So, during this point of time, yan, lumilipad yung market, is moving higher, nag-pull back higher, pull back higher. So, meron tayong na-create dito na demand zone. Ito yung possible na, nandito yung possible na mga buyers. And we have a resistance area or the supply zone. Ito sa taas. So, burahin ko na. Ginawa na natin isang box yan. Moving forward, nakakita tayo, let's say, ng candlestick. Yan, nakaya na natin. This candlestick. The candlestick move higher, more than the breakout or the resistance zone. Pero hindi siya nag-close above. It closes below. So, ito yung naging kandila natin. It closed below. So, kung single candlestick pattern, we can consider this as a rejection. So, for our entry model, pagka merong nag-attempt to break pero hindi siya nakapag-close above, pwede pumasok sa entry model natin yon at pumasok tayo ng entry for short. So, for this example, ayun yung gagawin natin. So, kung nag-take ka ng short, ano yung next logical approach? Kasi, meron nga tayong law of supply and demand. Ang market natin is merong buyers and sellers. So, kung nag-sell ka rito because of may malaking supply, bebenta mo or i-cover mo yung short position mo sa support area. So, this is going to be your trade. May concept ka. Again, the concept is about the supply and demand. The entry model, ito, based on the concept. Kumbaga, underlying siya. Formulate mo lang yung entry model mo because of the concept. So, ito yung magiging entry point, magiging exit mo. Ngayon, ano yung entry point ng bullish naman? Kung you're expecting na this support is going to bounce, pwede mo gawin yun. Same thing. Kapag ka may nag-attempt to break down, pero nag-close above, that is a reversal candle. So, possible reversal candle entry, benta ka ulit doon sa support area, sa resistance area or sa supply zone. Ito yung supply zone natin. No? So, for that example, very clear. Pero, syempre, hindi naman palaging yung price is naka-sideways lang na ganyan. So, during consolidation, very strong yung ganitong approach. Supply and demand, na buy on support and short on resistance. But of course, merong weakness yan. Asan yung weakness yan? Once magkaroon tayo ng expansion. Ano ibig sabihin ng expansion? Ma-break yung range and mag-continue yung trend towards a single direction. It's either break above or break below. Ayun yung pwede mangyari. Pero very strong to during the point ng sideways. So, ayan yung basic na idea about trading concepts and entry models. So, nagpo-form ka ng mga models based on concepts, based on logic, based on ideas, based on belief. Let's say, paano kung yung belief mo naman is, okay, the market is being controlled by a manipulator. Merong higher being na nagko-control dito na may mga supercomputers na sila yung magdidikta ng price. Lahat ng retail traders is mapapagpag whatsoever. So, based on that concept, gagawa ka ng mga entry models mo. Hahanapin mo kung saan pumapasok yung manipulator. So, you're thinking, you have to think like a manipulator kasi yun yung concept mo eh. So, lahat ng entry models magbo-boil down ngayon dito sa concept. This is the basic foundation mo. Okay? So, sa akin, paano ko nagawa yung mga entries na to? Yung mga specific points of entries of reversals. Kasi, yan, pinakita ko nga sa inyo kanina. Kung ano yung mga bottoms, paano natin na-catch yun? Ito, pwede mong i-scalp. Ito, pwede mo rin i-scalp. Yun, pwede mo i-scalp. Kung gagawin ko lang scalping, pwede. Paano ko nakuha yun? So, ang concept ko naman dyan is mean reversion. So, explain ko muna ito. Mean reversion. What is mean reversion? So, as we all know, the price is moving higher, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, eventually, sa paggalaw niya up and down, magkakaroon ka ng formation ng range. Ang range natin is merong tayong anatomy niyan. Meron tayong lower part ng range. Meron tayong upper part ng range. So, para ito kung alam yung indicator na Bollinger Band. Meron tayo laging standard deviation. Meron tayong upper band and lower band. So, ito, same din. Kasi mean reversion din yung yung Bollinger Band. Ibig sabihin, kung meron tayong upper and lower, meron din tayong midpoint. Midpoint or the mean. Gitna. Mean, median, 50%, halfway, kalahati, o ano man term nyo, pero meron yung median, midpoint. So, yung midpoint na yon, based on the concept is, over time, price will return to its midpoint, to its median, to its mean. So, over time. So, based on probabilities, na mas mataas yung time na syempre meron tayong trending market. Pero hindi naman yung trending market dire-diretso laging pataas. May mga times na babalik yung magpo-pullback yan. Back to its median, back to its mean. No? So, ayun yung concept ko. And out of that concept, doon ako nag-build ng aking mga entry models. Paano yung entry models ko? Kasi ito nakalagay, mean reversion based on range. Ginagawa ko lang, number one, of course, meron akong directional plotting. Directional plotting ko, I'm using an indicator para magbigay sa akin. It's like a tool. Kumbaga, nagka-camping ka. Ito yung compass ko. My North Star. How I'm going to navigate my trades. So, yung aking tool na yan is my direction plotter. It gives an accuracy of 91%. 91% yung profitability. Pero hindi ko to ginagamit as an entry model. I'm using this as a compass. ginagamit ko siya as kung anong direction ako tatakbo. So, if mag-plot to ng selling, I'm going to short. That's why yung initial trade ko was short. And then yung mga quick scalps ko is, so, lahat quick scalps. Yung bottom na bounces. Pero right now, ang binibigay na signal nito was short. So, yung nagpa-plot ko ngayon was a daily. Next. Ang mean reversion based on range, ibig sabihin, usually, the market, on average, may mapapansin mo yan eh. It will only move on a certain range. So, ang certain range na ginagalawan, let's say, for this example, 100 points lang every day. So, kung nasa 16,800 tayo, usually, ang gagalaw lang yan, 100 points, 16,700. Let's say, ayun lang, dyan lang gagalaw yung price. On a weekly basis, let's say, 500 points yung ginagalaw niya. So, if nasa 1,700 tayo hanggang 16,500, pwede siyang gumalaw dyan. Ngayon, ano yung mean reversion ko? Ay, mean reversion means if the price moves, this is my upper band, lower band, based on range. Kung 100 points lang, more than this, I can take longs, reversal. More than this, I can take shorts for reversal. So, mean reversion, mean reverting, ang expectation was babalik siya sa median point, midpoint. So, dun ka makakuha ng trade. Babalik sa midpoint, dun ka makakuha ng trade. So, this specific trade, yung ginagawa ko. More than the expected range, pero na ako laging binabakat. So, I'm trading live with my students. I'm giving away the map. Kung anong nakikita ko, saan ako naghihintay ng reaction. Kasi katulad lang yan ng first example natin. You are waiting for a reaction dito sa mga areas na to. It's either resistance or support areas. Ako ganun din. Hinihintay ko based on my ranges. So, meron ako mga plot na ginagamit. Meron ako mga tools na ginagamit for mapping. Again, I am an equities trader. So, nag-shift tayo rito and restructure. Nag-restructure ako ng sarili ko para manavigate ko index, manavigate ko yung gold, manavigate ko yung oil, manavigate ko yung forex pairs, yung mga major forex pairs with accuracy. So, ito yung nakita ko na way para manavigate ko sila starting with a concept. Concept of mean reversion. So, yung mean reversion ko, of course, dalawang bagay yan. Ano yung kahinaan ng mean reversion? Just like yung kaninang sample natin, magiging kahinaan ng mean reversion is if pag nag-explode yung market. Kasi hindi magre-revert yan. Nagkaroon tayo ng range expansion. So, kailangan mo ng entry model for a reversal trade ng mean and continuation ng range for expansion. So, dalawa yung magagawa mong entry model. And right now, ang na-apply nating entry model was a reversal because of a heavy downward move. So, yun lang. I'm not going into specifics sa ngayon dahil ongoing pa rin. Again, I'm just here restructuring myself for this challenge in the past 2 months. No? 2 buwan, marami pa akong kakainin. Pero, ayun nga, at the end of the day, it will all boil down with the result nitong ating magiging challenge. And of course, if ever meron ulit na prop firm na magiging maganda yung rule about equities sa US stocks, mag-shift tayo doon. Kasi ayun talaga yung ating forte. That's what I'm teaching my students. Pero ongoing, ayan, sa mga nasa walkthrough students ko in Ascension, ongoing, I'm going to update you and give you more concepts. Kung gusto niyo rin mag-take ng mga challenges na to, sumali kayo sa mga live sessions natin. Sa walkthrough naman, chart and chat sessions every Sunday. So, doon yung makukuha yung update. So, para naman dito sa mga nasa YouTube, pwede kayo magtanong sa comment section at ating sasagutin in the next contents kung kayo ay interested din into taking prop firm challenge. And magagamit nyo rin kasi ito kung magbibuild kayo ng sarili nyong system dito sa Forex. No? Sa pagtitrade ng Forex, index, gold, and whatever. Magagamit nyo yan. So, sa ngayon, ay lang siguro ang may babahagi ko sa inyo. At salamat sa inyong panonood na patuloy. Syempre, thank you, Lord. At God bless your trades. May God guide us on this journey. So, thank you, everyone.